All right, we're live. Welcome to the Stellaris Show. I'm Volairen, and today, obviously, we're going to play Stellaris. So, the last game, we had been doing the new Synth Queen Crisis. Now, I had been reading some reviews lately and comments, and a couple of the reviews I saw mentioned that Cetana is extremely buggy right now. So we're going to find out if that's true. We're going to find out if that's, really a thing or, So be warned, that might happen to us on the playthrough. This might actually be a bad crisis, not polished, whatever. Hopefully it is. I don't think it's true. I think really maybe just Stellaris does go buggy from time to time. No matter what you're playing or what happens, I've seen some weird shit in this game from all the different. So, and that's just how video games are. Like my past experience with video games just glitch. I remember one time I was playing this video game called Empyrean. I don't play it anymore for various reasons. Actually, one of those reasons is I don't like the direction the developers are going. So that's another example of my video that I'm working on right now. Yesterday, I talked about it yesterday. So, but anyway, I was playing that game and I actually left a bad review on it because I spawned in and there was literally nothing. It was just trees and grass. There were no creatures. There was no resource deposits. It was almost like a barren world for miles and miles. And it was a huge world. And it had like nothing in it. And I'm like, wow, this is garbage. Well, I learned a lesson that day because I actually was like, you know what? After I left the bad review, because they had just updated, right? Well, I kind of got humbled a little bit because I opened the game back up. I started a completely new game. I think I might have even reinstalled it. Actually, yeah. I started, I think I may have started several games. This was a long time ago, so I'm trying to remember this. But basically, I was convinced that the game was like permanently bugged. So it wasn't worth playing, right? Much like this guy did. He's saying about Stellaris here, or about this crisis. Well, I got a hair up my rear and decided to try it again a few days later, and I just completely reinstalled the game. Started fresh and everything, and the game loaded just fine, and it was the world that I had originally expected. So it had resources, it had all the stuff, it was not barren. So, like, I guess the moral of the story is that sometimes games just glitch. I mean, it doesn't matter how hard the developers work on them. It could be the most polished game in the world, but sorry about that. Every once in a while, the game's just gonna crash. It's just what happens. That's the nature of video games. Like, actually, some of you may not know this. This is a fascinating fact. Cosmic rays from the sky, from space, can actually make your computer crash. Those particles. I mean, I've heard this from credible sources. I've learned this from credible sources. And by all means, do your research if you think I'm wrong. But particles will enter the computer, and they will throw off some of the zeros and ones that are in there. That's basically, I'm paraphrasing here, and I know I'm not able to share the exact process because I'm not a scientist, right? And but that is what that is what I've learned. And Like, so, and this is actually a problem in space. I've heard that it's actually an ongoing problem in space, that space is actually very hostile to computers. That's why they have to have so many redundancies in, like, you know, space shuttle and the satellites and stuff, because these cosmic rays will disrupt them so much. So they have to have a fail-safe system in place. So yeah, like, at any time, your game, no matter how polished it is subject to getting screwed up. Now am I saying that you know, so I'm thinking there's a possibility, at least right now until I'm proven wrong, that this person that had this problem, it was basically a temporary thing. And I bet if they played the game again and went through this crisis again, that it wouldn't be, you know, that it wouldn't glitch like that. And they didn't really give a lot of details as to the nature of the glitch or what exactly happened. So I only have so much information to work with, but my experience, especially with reviews, has been like, you know, seeing lots of reviews on Steam is like, you know, when someone has performance issues and that's their only gripe, I kind of take that with a grain of salt. Now, if I see a lot of people, yeah, that's just one person, but if I see a lot of people like reviewing this, review bombing basically the same thing, like, then yeah, I take that, I always take that seriously. Like, oh, that, so like, so if there was like 20 or 30 people saying that this is broken, I'd be inclined to take their word for it. I'd be like, okay, well, this probably isn't going to end well for us. But I'm hoping that I'm pretty confident that we'll get through the rest of this game just fine. It is getting a little boring. I struggle with the effect of quitting before the end. So I'm trying not to do that. However, it actually has been one of my most interesting late games, to be honest. Even though I am still feeling the boredom a little bit, the game is going fast enough and enough stuff is happening to keep me interested, I think. So we're gonna continue this playthrough today. We're gonna see if we can awaken Cetana or you know, resolve, you know, see the crisis to its conclusion, whatever that is. If we lose the game, great. If we win the game, great. I really don't have any expectations or really goals either way. Of course, I'd like to win, but like, you know, I think just seeing the crisis, the new crisis, and being able to showcase it is a win enough for my channel, you know. So it really doesn't matter at this point if I win or lose. It'll be a good story, right? So it'll be a good show. It'll be a good show, right? And that's really, this is the Stellaris Show, so that's the first priority, is putting on a good show. So this. So we did achieve victory, I think. No, we didn't. They are still being stubborn. Okay, so we'll just send, yeah, there we go. So they surrendered. That's good. Now we got this guy. I don't know what's going on here. This isn't Cetana, is it? No, this is just it's just another effing rebel. That's kind of the other thing that's kind of been making this a little boring, is dealing with the rebels constantly, putting out small fires. It's pretty tedious. I mean, it does keep you somewhat interested, does give you something to do, but like, it's kind of like, dude, really, this again? That's how I feel about rebellions in Stellaris. Like, especially late game, and like, really, if I had it my way, I would just like claim all of this, take it over, and so I wouldn't have to deal with. Now it looks like this empire's got stable, but this empire is completely destabilized, and of course it's my fault because I tore them up, because they really ticked me off earlier in the game. So, yeah. Anyway, so we're gonna run the clock. So we're gonna move our fleets. We're gonna box this guy in. So this jerk is completely blocking us from. No. So. Oh. Okay, this is kind of a. It's kind of a dead end area here. So. Okay, so we'll go there. Well, the other thing too is I'd like to upgrade, and this game just keeps rebelling, so yeah. But I guess, you know, I do control the entire galaxy, so the chances of rebellions are high. At least something somewhere is gonna rebel. That, and I'm also taking a lot of resources. Now, what the hell is going on with my energy? That is ridiculous. Okay, we need to unpause. I need to see if that corrects it. Cause a lot of times I'll enter the game and like, so wow, that's actually a thing. So how did we get to that point? And I have 10K, so that's concerning. We do need to address that problem. So I don't know what's going on there. I mean, obviously, the biggest expenses are ships. So maybe I've just been making so many ships, but not really. My naval capacity hasn't gone up too much. Now, we got all these star bases that we don't need. So, probably one right. Yeah, that. Let's just all these star bases we have. Especially a ship. Fuck that. You know. I hate running my shipyards over multiple systems. It is a pain in the butt. Now, hopefully, maybe someday Stellaris will make it so that, or Paradox will make it so that, like, you can link shipyards together and, like, operate them as one. Kind of like they do with the army builder. I think they should have a fleet builder, too. Like, you know, a fleet creator, you know, that should be part of the fleet creation. Just, it pools all the ships from your shipyards, and in a way it does already do that to an extent. Like, if you reinforce a fleet, it will build all over your empire, and then those ships will travel to that fleet. But the reason I don't like that is because it takes a god-awful freaking time for those ships to get to your fleets. So you might as well just have one, you know, the whole in-transit thing is annoying. I try to avoid it whenever possible. So that's why I have one shipyard or one system, you know, for all my shipyards. Because of that. Because, like, I don't want to sit there and wait for like 5 years to get my ships. Like, I want them now. I am impatient, so by nature, you know, I'm always working on it, but like it's always there, you know. So yeah, the whole reinforcements in transit thing, I try to avoid this as much as possible. So yeah. Now, one thing I have done, and I may do this now, I don't know if there's really a reason to do it now, but I have made neighboring star bases into shipyards later in the game. And I might do this now, but at least when they're next to my shipyard, they don't, you know, the transit time isn't that bad. But I would like it, instead of doing the whole transit thing, that they would just do what the army builder does, which is basically they produce the ship and it goes on a route through the hyperlanes to the fleets and merges with them. That is what I would like to see. I would rather have that than the transit system. I think the transit system is very inefficient. I really do. I mean, it works, and if you're at war and you're across the galaxy, that's what you have to work with. But it's really ineffective. It's really inefficient. It really is. It wastes so much time. So, but anyway, really, we don't really need a lot of food. We'll just let's. Okay, we could. I guess we'll add more ships to this. Can we have any more commanders? No, not really. Okay, well, we'll just leave it without a commander then. So. I have a lot of alloys, but like I said, we definitely need to do something about our energy credit situation. That's not tenable. So we do have a lot of minerals. I actually want to keep those. Definitely sell our food. And okay, so we have 18k consumer goods, but we are negative, so I kind of don't want to sell that either. We could sell, yeah, we could sell some alloys for sure. I think do that, then
block.
Go ahead and run the clock. Okay, see, so that's a perfect example right there. Just having 2 star bases, 2 more than your max, than cap, going over cap just by 2 star bases, like, made this go from 190 to 400, minus 400. Now, we're still negative in energy credits, but look at the huge difference just letting go of 2 of those star bases did. So, if you're watching this and you're new, and you're wondering why the hell you suddenly have an energy credit deficit, and this can be really frustrating for new players, check your starbase capacity. I guarantee you, if you got something like that going on, that definitely could be what is going on, and that's kind of sort of the case here. Now, we have other problems, obviously. We don't want to be this low either, but 400 was unacceptable, absolutely unacceptable. So you got to watch the starbase capacity, and it's annoying too, right? Because as you take over new territory, you get their star bases, right? And that's cool and all, except it raises your starbase cap. And if you really don't need them, then you're just sitting there having to comb through every once in a while. Yeah, so you got to comb through every once in a while and downgrade the star bases that don't matter to you, you know? Especially if you have, if you take over the enemy shipyards, you're going to want to downgrade those because they're just full of shipyards, and what's going to happen is next time you build ships, they're going to build them there. And, you know, so you got to preen that as well. And for lack of a better way of saying it. So yeah, be aware of the starbase capacity. You never want to go above, you know, you never want it red. You always want it yellow or green. You know, you don't want to go above cap ever for this reason. So, or your energy credits most likely will tank, or you'll lose out on a lot of energy credits that you could have had. You know, you're wasting resources, basically. So, anyway, we're on the clock. Okay, so we destroyed the pirate station. That helped our energy credits a little bit because of the trade. But it's not really enough to matter. Okay, so the Watchtower Outriders Enclave pays dividends. Okay, well, thanks for the credits. Could use them right now. Alright, energy credits is lowering again. Good. Care about the government shit. They, honestly... So here's another thing, too. honestly, this maybe more than anything else I'd like to see from Paradox. More control. Like, I know it does have event filters, but like more control over like event types. Like, for example, that governing ethics shift. I could care effing less about governing ethics shifts. I absolutely could care less. So when that thing pops up, it interrupts me, and you know, I have ADD, I'm easily distracted, so it's annoying, right? So give us more control over, you know, what we see and what we don't see, what pops up for us and what doesn't. Like, give us more control of these pop-ups. So, like, for example, with the whole anomaly thing, right? They, you know, put a feature in there where you could tell it to, you know, leave B by default in the beginning of the game, which is what I like to do. Now, some people don't like to do that. Like I said, that's why it needs to be an option. And then later on, you can go in there and be like, okay, well, you know, or you could just tell your scientist, yeah, just leave B for now. I definitely wish that was an option, especially in the beginning of the game. Because I almost, honestly, I do research the anomalies eventually, but I almost never research them right away. I want that science ship exploring. I want it surveying. I want it, you know, unlocking new systems. That's more important to me than doing the anomalies right away. So, and that's just my playstyle. But like, yeah, I would really like to see something, a feature like that added. That, and then all these other events, right? Kind of organize them a little bit, put them into categories. So, like, and hopefully, maybe we could get it someday to where, like, only events that like really, you know, like I said, just have a lot more control over the events that I see and the type of events. Like, if I see an event that actually gives me bonuses or resources, yes, I want to see that event, absolutely. Or I have to make some kind of important choice. Obviously, I want to see those events. But if it's not one of those things, if it's just governing ethics shift or terraforming planet or, you know, any of this other useless stuff, I just kind of, no, please stop distracting me, like, you know. So anyway, not having a bitch session here. I'm just throwing ideas out there of like,
new technology discovered.
Okay, so they're on society is on automatic, and honestly, I often do this. I often put society on automatic because we just start getting, now wait a minute, now we're actually going to take that off automatic. We've actually got some good stuff here. It's been a while since we saw something actually good for us, but this here for sure is really good. Probably going to get this, but we would like this as well. But we'll go for this definitely. This is a must pick. Like, I mean, you're gonna get so many building slots. So we have so many planets. Especially the more planets you have, the more powerful this technology is. Because look at all those building slots we're gonna get. Look at all this. Look at all these planets we have. That is a ridiculous amount of purchasing power. Like, that's a ridiculous amount of real estate. So yeah, this is actually incredibly powerful at this stage of the game. And then colony development speed, that's not a big deal. But like, habitat max districts, look how many habitats we have. That's going to give us an insane economic boost. Okay. Going to allow our automation to do so much more. You know, so yeah, this is really going to enable us. So if you see this, especially a later game, like right now, it's worth researching, even if it's 200,000. You know, it's going to take, but it's only going to take 87 months, which is not, it's not fast, but it's doable. It's not like 111 months with the mega engineering. That's going to take forever. And that's actually kind of, so yeah, I was talking about this with somebody the other day. Mega engineering, like, we definitely have a problem with this tech. Like, this tech is definitely, this is a major issue here. Now, I know I did not, and I normally do not bank hard on technology. I get that, but like getting this now, after the crisis has already spawned, after like 24, 27, it's almost, I almost don't want to research it because it's like, what's the point? I'm not going to be able, like, by the time I make a Dyson Sphere, I'll have quit the game. So I think Paradox really needs to look at like how easy it is to get mega engineering. I think right now it takes way too long and it's way too difficult. For one, I don't think it should be a rare technology. I think it should just be like orbital rings, or you know, Starhold, I mean, or Star Citadel. It should just be another part of that chain, right? And it should just be a normal technology, not purple. The other thing too, it definitely needs to cost a lot less. Like, it needs to cost as much as those other things that I just mentioned. Okay, not that this is, because this is ridiculous. I have like 6,000 research. Now I know I have a high empire size. I get that. I'm not, you know, I'm not forgetting that. But at the same time, like, really, I don't have bad technology right now. I really don't. Like, it's average, right? This is ridiculous. Like, by the time I get this done, like, the crisis might be over, you know? So, I mean, yeah, it's just, I think that's why, one of the YouTubers I watch from time to time, you know, he really trash talks a lot of the big, you know, interesting megastructure that have been released in this game. And this is part of the reason why, because by the time you're able to even afford them or get them, it's too late. I mean, the opportunity to really take advantage of their power is came and went, you know, so it really has no effect or bearing on whether or not you win the game, you know. So anyway, a little side rant about mega engineering. Definitely could work on that as well. And you know, it's not, like I said, it's not that still. I'm not saying like Stellaris is a bad game, but it does have flaws, and you know, I think it's kind of my duty in a way to point some of them out as I'm playing, you know. So, because I don't know who's watching this, right? I highly doubt that Paradox will ever see this, but if they do, then, you know, I've done my job, right? So I think really just it's really about giving ideas to the developers, and just to, you know, spread the word that, and maybe some people agree with me, right? And it's good comment material. Somebody might see this and be like, yeah, you know, I agree with you, or no, I disagree with you, here's why, you know. Fine, great. But like, I think no matter what, I think it needs to be said, right? This stuff needs to be said. Anyway, so we're gonna keep going. Yeah, exactly. Like this. Anyway, so yeah. I mean, especially at like year 24, 27, do I really give a flying F about their governing ethics shift? I really don't. Like, come on. Okay, I think our forces are in position. Yeah, so we're gonna go ahead and crush these guys. Let's see. Nationalize.
We go to war on ignorance.
So Cetana's been very quiet the past 5-10 years, I think. Like, she's not
Locker
really done
removed. Engaging hostile station.
So we'll have to see about that.
Engaging
But I think,
hostile
honestly, I think she needs to do something soon, because I am getting kind of bored. being honest. I would like to finish her. I would like to finish her chain today. You know, this stream, if I can. So, if you guys have any feedback about the Stellaris show, about the stream, or just my streams in general, like any feedback is greatly appreciated. Tell me what you think. You know, tell me, do you like it? Do you hate it? You know, what could I do to improve? My goal
Commencing planetary
is to get as many people on the show as possible. Now, looks like, let's see, Cetana's benevolent rhetoric masks a dark agenda. She plans to erase sentience galaxy-wide using a formidable device. It will reduce us to mere husks driven by instinct, while our consciousness are forcibly digitized and confined. The grim future must be averted at all costs. Okay. So, it's starting to sound like actually there really isn't a choice whether or not to fight her. That you, at some point, you are going to have to go against her and defeat her. That's what it's starting to look like. Which I think is kind of silly, actually, if it's like that, because it's like, okay, why would you give the illusion of choice if there isn't? I mean, why be her friend? You know, why have the opinion mechanic and everything if I just, you know, if the end result is I'm gonna fight all her fleets, I might as well do it immediately. Now maybe you know, I'm not strong enough, right? Which I think I might not be. My fleets aren't like, let's look at her fleet. Now that fleet's 6,300, but that's it. Oh yeah, no. So that's 6,300. So that's 240,000. I mean, if I deathballed, I could beat that, I think. But like, I don't think I can. I definitely can't beat that with a single fleet for sure. That one's 50,000. 50,000. I'm just gonna see how realistic it would be for me to fight her. I mean, those are smaller than what I have. Those I could pick those fleets off one by one, for sure. And then there's all the fleets that my buddies have, though I don't really count those because, you know, they don't really do a good job at keeping strong fleets, especially since quite a bit of them are Skellarms. So it seems as I'm okay. No, we have another fleet here that's 250,000. So I definitely think this is not for sure not going to be, and they are all over the galaxy. So if we do have to fight her, it's going to get ugly. It definitely is going to get ugly. And it probably will be... Well, because see, the thing of it is, I'll have to deathball, right? So I can only be in one place at a time. And her stuff is all over. So if they force me to fight her, like, this would have been like... Then I don't really see the point in, like, being her friend. just fight her immediately. Threads. Unless you don't have an option to do that. So maybe you don't. I don't know. But like I said, it's kind of a... So I'm not really sure what's going to happen. Like, kind of like I'm getting conflicted messages of what's going to happen. We're just going to keep going. But yeah, this empire will surrender soon. Okay, so we're gonna bombard the planet. Back. I actually don't want you to go through there. Way.
We have seized an enemy world. Commencing planetary invasion. Engaging hostile fleets.
As for the rest of my fleets, yeah, we need to upgrade for sure. That's a lot. That's a lot of alloys. We definitely need to upgrade our ship. We might actually get a lot more fleet power when we upgrade, so that's the good news. But yeah, so this is pretty irritating. I've had these fortresses for a long time now, and it's like they're not growing. So all right, so like yeah, it's like they're not. This has been a fortress for a while. This is just, it's got 100% habitability, so why isn't it growing? Got a ruler. So maybe I can change type. I think I definitely want to change the type to the species. Sure. I don't want that other crappy species growing there anymore. And we're gonna need a roboticist because this pop needs to go. The pops on these fortress points need to go up. What's going on here? So why do we have all this stuff? So we're just gonna go ahead and demolish that. Don't need that. This is a fortress. So I don't want the pops to get let's see. And see, so here's something I don't understand. I've never quite understood. So I hear from many sources that strongholds increase stability. Okay. All right. Fair enough. Well, it doesn't really look like they do, because this has 3 fortresses on it. It's got 10 soldiers. Like, I don't think they're really creating stability. I mean, I guess they are. It's like says +1, I guess. So maybe they would have a lot worse stability right now than they do. It just yeah. Plus, I think 1 stability is kind of pretty damn low. But anyway. Yeah, I don't know what's going on with these fortresses and why. Now this one's full. Let me see here. Okay, it's full on soldiers. Now, I don't know why we have this. I can't replace it? Why can't I replace it? I'd love to replace this with a stronghold. Why won't it let me? And it's got 2 hollow thieves. It definitely does not need that. We don't need that. We don't need the energy grid. Bad with names. So we can at least do that. I don't know why we can't have to that. On there. It won't let me get rid of this Forge of the Fell. This is ridiculous. I should be able to replace that. Is it a glitch? Well, anyway, yeah, I think it's really annoying that my naval capacity isn't going through the roof with all the fortresses that I built. Like, but one thing we could do, it's going to cost us a lot of goods though, so we may have to put up a couple factories, which we have plenty of alloy gain, so I don't think it's a problem. We could make a whole ton of dread encampments. I think that's what we're gonna do. Honestly, it'll generate us a ton of research too. I think it's just all around gonna be all around good. But yeah, they're fallen soldiers, but they're not building another stronghold. So what the hell? Build another stronghold. Without these building slots, like. This one, like, why isn't this grown yet? Probably completed in 4 months. Anything screwy going on here? Not really. It probably needs, it definitely needs more districts and more orbital. I think we need to take care of our consumer goods. So I'm actually going to switch to factory here. Has an orbital ring. Actually, that's not. Sorry, just making some economic adjustments here. Well, I want to raise my naval cap, right? And because we need to make more fleets, prepare for what's coming, what's possible. We have a lot of building slots. I think a lot of unity. Do we really need these temples anymore? I don't know. I'm just gonna go through, and if I see something dumb, I'm gonna fix it. So I think we should probably build dread encampments. We're gonna do. It'll also make it very difficult for them to take over our worlds. That's the other thing. Unless they bombard. So, which they could do, but if they don't, if they try to land armies, it's going to be difficult. So I think that's the other reason I want dread encampments. Let's just build a whole bunch of these. We already have one? No. Okay. They need a planetary mint. Alright, it has what it needs. So this is a lot of energy credits this is producing. Okay. Probably could... Yeah, we could upgrade that. Son of a... That was wrong. Read that as well. I'm just checking their orbital rings to make sure that they got what they need. Well, see, this is kind of where the Dyson Sphere comes into play, where you would want one at this stage of the game, because like we have all these orbital rings, and we still have an energy credit deficit. So that's kind of the thing. Let's see. This one's 50. Okay, doesn't have a system capital complex. We could use a couple more generator districts for sure. And definitely get rid of these annoying tile blockers. I don't know why they haven't cleared this yet. Like, I don't know what's going on with the automation there. So yeah, the automation isn't perfect. Absolutely not. But at least it's better than nothing, like not doing it at all, because you can't physically be there. So okay. You know I think I want to do. So we want it disabled. We want to disable prevent deficit. I think that might actually set our plan. Right now. Can't get it. Everything. But we could build a stronghold, so we're going to do that. I actually think, like, I want to build, like I said, strongholds, dread encampment. Need to get that naval capacity up. We do need our energy as well. So this is generator district. Very interesting. Has 17 population, but like no technicians. What's on here? So this is garbage. We need to replace this with. Let's see. Where is energy grid? We're gonna unscrew that. We need to make generator districts. So yeah, we're just gonna take this into our own hands, since the computer wants to be dumb and not like, do something with this planet. Oh yeah, we definitely don't need mining districts. And we have a lot of food, so let's build a bioreactor. Why not? That'll be good. Oh, and an autothon monument. We actually have quite a bit of those, but we'll just keep it going. Did we get a dread encampment? I don't think we can. Oh yes, we can. Great, that takes care of that. So this is. Mate, build tricks. Can't build a dread encampment. So this is an industrial world. And it has... Okay, we definitely need to upgrade this so we can get a civilian building here. So we can get a consumer goods building. So that will be decent. So that helps us get more consumer goods. Boy, are we going to need them. So what's up with this planet? So this planet is all over the place. I think we need to unfuck this planet too. So we definitely want this to be a factory. So we're going to go ahead and place with industrial districts. We're going to replace this with... Actually, no, that's what we want. That's the building we want. We want to upgrade this building, actually. So we're going to go ahead and do that. I think everything else other than this bioreactor is fine, but we'll keep the bioreactor. Not hurting anybody. And then we're going to put up a threading cannon. So this is a forge world. It doesn't have an orbital ring. So what we're going to do is we're going to turn it into a factory world. And let's see. We'll replace alloy building. Actually, is there a building more ridiculous? No, not really. Okay, so we'll replace it with civilian industries, and then we'll upgrade that one later. So this is the forge world. It has an orbital ring. It has, you know, the orbital building. So, and it's fully upgraded. So this is great. This is helping us a lot. 242 alloys. That's insane. So we're definitely not going to change this. However, they've never upgraded this. What is going on, automation? You could be doing all this stuff. I have all these minerals. Come on now. I want to scold my automation right now. I don't know what's going on with it. I think it's the prevent deficit. That screws things up sometimes. So if you're having problems with automation, it's like not doing its job. That's probably why, because you have prevent deficit construction on. Turn that off and see what happens. Now, word of warning, if your resources are really low, I would advise getting to a better position resource-wise, but unless you have to, but like, yeah, be aware that your resources may plummet at first, because, you know, they're going to build a bunch of new stuff, and then, you know, despite your deficits. So your deficits may get worse, but they will eventually get corrected. I've found like 90% of the time when I do that, and it works. They eventually get corrected. So, now, this doesn't have an orbital ring. That is not acceptable. So they still have some slots available. So we could just... yeah, we definitely want to put an orbital ring here for sure. Yeah, I think we're gonna work on our infrastructure. So this has an orbital ring. Industrial. So meteorites are maxed out, but for some dumb reason, this has mineral districts. No, thank you. Honestly, this should have been a generator world, but whatever. It's too late now. It's locked into alloys, so that's what we're gonna have it do. System capital complex doesn't qualify yet. Okay. Now this is our factory beast. 306 consumer goods. That is great. This is upgraded. Let's look at now. They don't have a consumer good building. So we need to do that. So that's going to help us too. Definitely. And we definitely need habitation modules. Actually, I'm going to look at that again. We don't have enough influence, unfortunately, to upgrade. That's okay. So we'll move on for now. You know, you just do what you can. When you have this many planets, shit is going to slip through the cracks. You're not going to be perfect unless you sit there on it for hours. And, like, so just all you got to do is every once in a while, you got to do what I'm doing here. Just comb through, go, okay, that's messed up, fix that, fix that, fix that. And just make your fixes and then move on. Like, do what you can and then move on. And that's kind of like, that's how you manually do this. You know, when you have tons and tons of planets, when you're building really wide. I think that's the other reason why some players, they like to build tall, is because they don't want to do this. You know, they want their planets to be perfect, and they want to play perfect as they can. And building tall allows them to do that a lot more than, you know, the mess of building wide. Because let's face it, this many planets, like I said, it's going to be a mess no matter what you do. You are not going to make it perfect, especially if you keep getting new planets, right? So you simply don't have enough resources and minerals to do that perfect. So yeah, just spot what you spot, fix it, and move on. So this is a ecclesiastical center. They got 7 pops. So I'm not really too concerned with this planet. We'll keep it as is. So this is... Now this is interesting. I've had this planet for a while, and it's only got 3 pops. I don't understand what's going on here. I really don't. The habitability is fine. They don't have bad habitability, so what the hell? I guess we'll recruit the roboticist in that case. So I don't... Makes me want to like resettle over here. This should be like 10 or 15 or something. Like, this planet's been around for a while. So I don't get it. But whatever, we're gonna move on. Because this is kind of a waste. The way it is right now, this is like a waste of our renowned leader. It really is. And a waste of all these bonuses. But we'll just... we'll keep it that way from now on. Or for now. Hopefully that'll start growing with the roboticist. So we got a tech world. It's got 14 population. No stupid buildings. So we'll go ahead and build a dread encampment on here. Tech world. They have max researchers, but they are not... They're not upgrade. We need to upgrade these science buildings. Because we have basically, if you have exotic gases, you can upgrade these buildings. So there's no reason why they shouldn't be upgraded. Like, yeah. Like I said, I think it's I think here it was prevent deficit instruction or construction. I think that was choking. So, but we turned it off. So this is our another tech world. No space. No space there. Okay. It's given us a lot of tech. That's really good. I like it. Oh, wait. These don't have scientists. Actually, we can fix that as well. So... Go to leaders. It would make a difference. Now let's... So... that. Yeah, we're gonna recruit him. Directly increase our research with the cyborg trait. Be good. And the, I mean, we'll just do exaptionate because we do want him to gain levels fast. He's gonna really enhance his plan. So that takes care of that. So that matter closed. Guy has a scientist. Buildings are full. The buildings aren't upgraded. Researchers are full. So yeah, let's just go ahead and. Now we got to be careful. We don't want to upgrade too many research buildings at once because we do need to pay attention to this exotic gas number, the exotic gas game. But we have 13,000 exotic gases. That's ridiculous. So really, I'm not worried if we go into a deficit for a while. It's really not going to make any kind of a difference with that much stored. So anyway, I think we can move on here now. This does have a lot of generator districts. But we can only have one more city district, so I don't think we need to convert anything at this time. I think we're good. We're just gonna let it be. But actually, you know what though? I actually want to. How much energy credit? That's not a lot. And even though it's got an industrial district, like it's really not doing anything. So I think we're gonna go ahead and we'll just demolish it, and we're gonna demolish the. We're gonna free up those job slots. That's what we're there. So this is a tech world. Don't know how long I've had this planet. I'm just gonna let this be. Now, this is interesting. It has an arc furnace, but it doesn't have any mining juice. So I'd almost be like, hey, let's change this to a mining world, but this here. This is a shame because this is like wasted. Well, I don't know why it's like, why this planet's like this. Do we have to like do some kind of situation with this planet or something? Like that is ridiculously low side. Planet capacity is 50. I don't see anything on here that is linked to that. So, yeah, it's just a bad roll on a planet. It's an absolute terrible roll on a planet. Actually, this might be the worst I've ever seen. Like, size 3? I don't remember the last time I saw a size 3 planet. That is ridiculous. So, but anyway, we're gonna move on. This planet's, like, not even worth looking at. Let's see. It's so small. Same with this planet, honestly. I think, really, this planet's is almost as far as it can go. Now, we have researchers, but nobody's researching. We don't have a high population. We got mining. Seriously? Still having colonists? Okay, I'm just gonna move on. Honestly, if they don't have a lot of colonists, I'm just gonna ignore it. It's the ones with a lot of colonists that I wanna look at. This is a fortress world. Okay. Little. Okay, well, don't need that. Free up those job slots. That. Okay, so the next one. This is a fortress as well. So, let's see, 9 out of 12. So they're just. Is it just me, or is my Empire's population growth suck? I think it does, because we're at the end of the game. I heard at the end of the game, population growth gets really bad. So this could fill out the generator districts on here. Sure. Think got that. Can't build an orbital ring. Okay, we'll move on. Actually, wait. So okay. We have enforcers? Wait, we can't upgrade that. That. So this is stupid. Why haven't? Man, my automation is dropping the ball this game. I don't know what's going on. This automation in this game has been pretty incompetent. Or at least at this stage of the game, it's been pretty incompetent. I have so many, like I had like 20,000 minerals. I wasn't using any of it. So it's like, come on, dude. Anyway, I think we need to run the clock and move on. I think I've done enough. I'm starting to run out of minerals anyway, so we're just gonna go ahead and see if the computer starts building shit. Kind of hard to tell because I queued so many things up.
Upgraded.
Okay.
We have seized an enemy world.
Where? Great. So now you need to come up here and wipe this guy. So I'm gonna try to run the clock as fast as much as possible. Now that I've freed my planets a little bit, I just had to do that. It was overdue. I don't know if it's gonna make anything better. I don't know where this deficits are coming from, but whatever. Here.
Engaging hostile fleets. New technology discovered.
You know, it occurred to me that this might actually be really good because the Emperor size from planets reduced by 50%. That's pretty significant. Plus the 2 officials. I could easily put those on some of my resource planets, which I probably should have been doing. Like I said, I'm not a big min-maxer. I do the best I can, but yeah. Anyway, tachyon sensors. Planetary shield. Not really gonna put shields on my planets right now. Not a lot of space. So I might as well just... in fact, I'm... auto. Well. On auto afterwards. Okay, our consumer goods have shot up. That's great.
Commencing planetary invasion.
down. I wish you could bombard while the army's there, but that would be realistically hard to do. It would be nice.
Planet conquered.
Okay. So, yeah, let's just, yeah. You're mine. You are gone. Or actually, you're theirs. Okay. Turned you over to my vassal. It's okay. You made my vassal stronger, greater. Now you need to hold on to them and stop having effing rebellions, please. Need to upgrade my ships and stuff. I don't have time to put out fires and stuff. Okay, so we're gonna have all our ships go back and upgrade. And we're gonna get rid of any stupid shipyards that we don't need. Okay, good. Now, okay, that one's maxed. Good. This one's about to have something, need something done with it. Actually, no. It'll pop up here when we're ready. Okay, we got a level here. Head of research. So we're definitely gonna pick Voidcraft. We're gonna pick the engineering. So I don't really think we're gonna need it, but okay, our energy credits are doing well now.
Locker removed.
That's good. Looks like our automation may have got its head out of its ass. Like I said again, if your automation has its head in its ass, so to speak, no better way of saying it. Yeah, turn off prevent deficit construction on all your planets, and you may be able to kick it out of that.
Locker removed.
I might even make a short about that. But anyway, so we're just gonna ride. We're gonna ride the clock here. I don't even think I'm gonna pause it. Shit, really don't. Not during peacetime. See, so yeah, got a new orbital ring. That's still building.
Locker removed. Fleets enhanced.
Oh, we got a stupid pirate fleet, so we'll take this. Look at those pirates. That'll help too. Got a level, let's see. I almost always pick industrialist. In fact, I think we need to do stuff with our... Right? And our energy credits are doing great now. So what the hell, automation? What the hell? What is going on? Our economy is just like, wow, it's exploding. That's great. That is great. I like that. So I think definitely that's a scientist, so we actually need to put that scientist on a tech world, I think. Go up here. Why do we have this? needs to be generator. Oh, we have a lot of Unity. We need to ascend some of our planets. That is another thing. Happen. Oops. Grid. We definitely need to put an orbital. If we can. It has orbital. We'll have to. Hopefully that doesn't mess too many things up. Great. But anyway, back to, let's go to one of our tech stations. That one. Yeah, this one has a decent amount of. What about this one? Not as good. So we will actually put scientists on this planet. There you go. That'll help our. Well.
Engaging hostile station.
Look at this. Look at this. Our fleet power, our naval capacity is finally jumping up. But I think that's because all the dread encampments I made. So, yeah, this is just looking good. Our economy is looking very good. And we got our fleets upgraded. Let's see how much they grew. Now, it looks like this is our territory, so we're going to go ahead and do that. So, have upgraded fleet. It didn't really look like their fleet power changed that much. Could be wrong. They have the Stormfire. Okay, they got the autocannons. They got the Durasteel. They got the Impulse Reactor. Alright, well, whatever. I did my job. Let's look at technology. So we got 65 months on the Mega Engineering. Pays dividends. Okay, so whatever. I think
beloved child, what brings you to me?
war is the
Our
only
work
way to stop you.
Awaits.
You don't have the technological knowledge to attack her. Just thank me. So this is a wait and see thing. Well, we have a situation that's ongoing. All right, let's take a look at it. So this is so is this progress blocked? It don't look like it. Yeah, let's go ahead and do research speed. Let's do research boost. Yeah, for sure. Because we don't need that. We have so much Unity, it's stupid. Speaking of which, we do need to ascend our planets, so let's do that real quick. So obviously, let's see. Definitely could ascend our capital. Yeah. Well, okay. You know what? I want to look at the orbital rings. That's what I want to look at. Orbital ring planets. Now, this is one. But what do we need the most? I think really, even though we have a lot right now, I think our liability is... I think that's what it is. So I think we're actually going to go ahead and Is there better? Is there better minerals? This one. This is amazing. We are going to ascend this planet. Watch our minerals go through. So the first one costs 2,500. Okay. So that brought our percentage up to 30%. So, or 40% production. Let's do it again. That's only 40,000, so do it again. That brought us to 50%. It's already 485. We almost got another 100 minerals from it. So we're going to do it again. We still have 165k. Now we have 502. We're going to send it one more time, I think. So, look at that. 70%. So this is how you min-max in the end, I guess. So, and then we reduce our empire size as well, so that's also really going to help us. And I'd actually like to go one more time. So, we just got a lot of mineral gain from that. Now, for some ungodly reason, I don't know why, they're not filling out these districts. What are you doing? Fill out the districts. The building slots are empty. We don't need more city districts. Make the mining districts. Okay, so I think we've done what we can do here. But we're gonna run the clock again. But yeah, we just made our main mining planet super powerful. So that's kind of what I wanted to do. I think the next planet we ascend is definitely going to be one of our energy credit worlds. And I want to just like systematically do that. I think it'll be a factory world that we do it. No, I don't think factory worlds or Alloy Forge worlds are good because they don't really directly increase the resource output. So I don't think it's kind of, I mean, I don't know. Like it doesn't directly increase the output. Actually, probably should do a research one of our tech worlds or something. Another thing we could pay attention to is hyper relays. Vigil. This enclave keeps giving us stuff. So we're at 2431. Like, Cetana is like taking her sweet time, dude.
Council
like,
agenda available.
I don't know. I mean, the stream's already gone on for an hour and 20 minutes. I think, like... I think if she hasn't done anything by, like, 2040, I'm gonna quit. I'm just gonna be like, you know what? Bored! You know, like, that's what I'm gonna be like. I'm gonna be like, okay, end of run. Bored. You took too long. But hopefully she does something before that happens. Okay, so got another stupid faction. No, I don't need a 55%. Changed. Okay. So we got an orbital ring. Okay. Look at this planet. Now, it is producing some alloy. It is. So we could upgrade that. We have the Baltimore. We might as well make processing facility. Make another habitation model. And this is definitely a planet we want to ascend. Now this time it's going to cost 100,000. Okay, so like, yeah, We can only ascend so much. I think we might actually need to ascend our capital first, because our capital is going to have the most population, and that's going to reduce its empire size, or it's going to reduce our empire size more. And maybe that's what we want at this point. I just now thought of that. So, a lot of different options. See, this is what makes Stellaris so complex. There are so many options, so many things you can do. What do? You know, what's your solution to this problem? Well, there's like usually 4 or 5 different ways to solve it. You know, same problem. So we've been floating for a little bit now. So we're just gonna like dump that a little bit. I think I really could use an X-Lot weapon. I really, I don't know why. That's the other thing. Like, I don't know why it's taken long. Still no X-Lot weapon. I think we just been getting extremely unlucky this game with it. Well, like I said, tech's not my strongest thing. So tech has always been an ongoing struggle with me. Well, it's kind of counter to my typical playstyle, because I like to conquer. I don't like to just sit there and like play SimCity. I don't like to do that. So, like, the whole tech before fleet thing, it's just kind of a foreign concept. I think I am gonna sit down sometime and just try it out. Try just like, you know. Well, that's kind of what I like about synthetic fertility is you kind of are forced into doing that, kind of. And it gives you great bonuses to support you. That. Gosh. Guess I'll pick Butcher. But I'm never gonna put him on a transport. I think maybe I should put him on that one transport ship though. So yeah, like I'll just let it do its thing. I think we need to reinforce. Okay, so yeah, we need to reinforce. We don't have any. I should have checked before I did this. Okay.
Fleets enhanced.
Now this can be upgraded. Interesting.
Construction online.
But I don't really think. Okay, so that's good. We got the consumer goods building upgraded or operational. We'll just let that be. And watch our consumer goods jump up.
Construction online.
So I think it's
new technology discovered.
it actually didn't. Now, what are these clouds? What are these clouds? I wish I knew what these clouds were. Okay, so this is one of my mineral plants. Great. Definitely gonna get a low gravity mega refinery. Habitats. Upgrade it. What are we researching here? We'll just keep going. You know, I haven't had a chat for a while. I want to make sure that you guys aren't chatting and the phone's just not showing me. Okay. That's cool. Let's see here. So we're just running the clock at this point. We actually could also look at our fleet manager. It doesn't look like we got a new command limit or anything and didn't realize it, so this is the max we can make our fleets. So I think when this one maxes, we'll make another one, and when that one maxes, and we'll keep pumping out new fleets and maxing them. Really, I got my arms crossed right now. I'm just letting this clock ride.
New technology discovered.
Boring. You feel me? This is getting boring. I need stimulation, guys. That sounded bad. I'm sorry. Okay, we got another orbital ring. So, orbital ring got built, so let's set that up. Actually, we got a couple. So this one's going to be for alloys. Cool. And then this one's going to be for energy credit. That's kind of low. Definitely should upgrade that. Still have a good amount of exotic gases. Now, okay. What the F? We not need these at all. Alright. Screw that. Oh, okay. Got distracted, so we'll upgrade that. We're out of influence again. Okay. So yeah, there we go. All quiet on the Western Front. All quiet on the Western Front.
New technology discovered.
So, we got tech. What is it researching now? Blue laser. You know what's going to be sad? We might actually go through the laser tech chain and get tachyon lance before we ever get giga cannon. Like, that would be sad, I think. Synaptic validator. Like, okay, so we got dark matter drawing. That's great. The problem is, like I said, we don't own any singularities. We really don't. I'll check again, but we don't have any way of getting dark matter this game. Now, maybe we can trade for it. I hadn't thought of that. Let's see if we can, but see, no. Now we could trade for Zero. Okay, that's cool. So, you know what? Maybe we do want to do those technologies. So, we could definitely... We should get it no matter what. Because we might actually have singularity. We have taken over quite a few since I last looked. So, but yeah, at least in our home system. There or there. Yeah, I still think we don't have any single. But yeah, I think we're gonna try the crisis because then we could start trading for dark matter if we get once we research this. I think we'll be able to start trading for it. That's something we could do. Yeah, I'm just thinking. You got 16 months left on mega engineering. This is good. All right, so this planet is complete. I like where our food is. I like where everything is right now, to be honest. Like economy-wise, we're doing amazing. It might be time to make new shipyards, though. Possible. Alright, we're capped on energy credits, so we'll go ahead and buy some alloys. Oh wow, only 11,000. Buy it again. We have a lot of minerals. Now we could be upgrading our ecologies. Could be doing that. I think really, and I think having an orbital ring on an arcology sounds really OP. So let's go to one where we have that set up. Looks like this one. Well, honestly though, I think we maybe should do it on one of our factories. Get away with it. Like this one. So all the districts have not been filled out yet. So what we could do oh, we can ascend this planet. What did that actually do though? Now there is a small amount of artisan output. Interesting. But I said I was gonna send our capital. I think we should do. So we're gonna fill out all these. Yeah, because we have all our if you have all your building slots open, I mean, there's very little incentive to make more city districts. There really isn't. I mean, yeah, you want the housing, but this population is not really going to go up fast enough to warrant caring about housing anymore, especially if you have a lot already. So, really, probably should do that. Okay, so our renowned leader got, yeah, we definitely want that. But yeah, we're gonna fill this out, and then we're gonna make this into an arcology or Humanopolis once we get enough influence. And then combined with the orbital ring, that thing's gonna be a monster. We're gonna have a monstrous amount of consumer goods. Absolutely. I think we'll go with Skirmisher. Alright, so we got claims on our systems. Wonder what the hell is going on. got another stupid rebellion. I don't think we do. No, I think we're good. I mean, we could see the Saplo. I mean, they're pathetic. Like, and their economic power is pathetic. So we've been exploding, dude. Like, our economy is just like, I wouldn't be surprised if our score has raised considerably. A pretty good indicator. Look at our score. Like, yeah, look, we have 56,000 points. They only have 17,000. So yeah, I mean, this is one. Only reason I'm even running this clock right now is to see what Cetana did. That's the only reason we're still continuing this playthrough. That I haven't declared victory. So, like, the watchtower fleets. Now, our naval capacity is red again, but we just did reinforce a bunch of fleets, so that's to be expected. Wow, we got a fleet that's 100,000. That's cool. That is cool. Okay, alien megastructure, Zaplo, Sync Challenge. I don't care about that. Well, that's kind of the other thing too. The other thing that's really silly. So we get mega engineering, and then we have to fully upgrade one of the more useless, one of the useless megastructures. Now, Science Nexus is okay, but like, we have 7K research. What are we gonna do with the mere 300? Like, now we usually get it for the research speed, I'll grant you that, but like, really, still, even with that argument, it's like, I want to go for a Dyson Sphere right away. Why can't I do that? Just let me do it. Like, but getting a Dyson Sphere at year 2050 or 2450 makes no sense. It's like you've already passed the time where that would be useful. Like, unless you're like, it's down to the wire. So, but anyway. Let's see. Crash and burn. Care about. So it looks like they got mega engineering for me. I mean, we could, for giggles, just come in and vassalize these guys, but I don't think we need to, honestly. They're not a threat. They're really not. I mean, they're pathetic. Like, they're no threat to us. I kind of don't really have a desire to like, I've been warring so many. Well, like I said before, war in this game isn't necessarily fun. It's not. It's actually work. It feels like work to me, which oftentimes, and the computer makes it that way. The way the AI is programmed really makes it that way. Let's see. Hollow Temple. Yeah, I'll just let it do its thing. We got 5 months on our mega engineering. So I am excited, but like I said, we'll have to like build the Science Nexus first. That's so boring. Man. Well, and the thing is, as of right now, we really don't need the Dyson Sphere either. But we have all these alloys we're fucking not really doing. I mean, we could just keep making fleets and fleets and fleets, and maybe we should do that. I could probably do that. But yeah, our fleets are getting stronger. Visitless Enclave. Okay. Yeah, we'll just reinforce again.
Warning. Planetary insurrection in progress.
Why are you mad? Why are you mad? Hey, what's the fucking dude? It's barely in. You're giving me that?
New
Come
technology discovered.
Let's see. So this is bullshit. But let's look at this. So why are these people mad? They have plenty of amenities. They have an unemployed specialist. So riddle me this. Why don't they put that specialist into Enforcer? We have all this crime. What are you doing, automation? Like, seriously. What are you doing? I want to smack this thing on the head. Like, I want to smack the automation upside the head right now. I really do. But you know what? Orbital ring's not built yet. We have technology. What are they doing now? Chemical bliss. That doesn't matter. So we're just gonna keep going. Our naval capacity is keeping up, which is great. So watchtower
New
pays
technology
dividends.
discovered.
All right, so we finally got mega engineering. So what do we got now? Well, so there's metallurgist output. You can do that. We do need to get neutronium. I mean, that's just a fact. But that's going, again, to slow us down from getting an X-slot weapon. I don't know. Us getting an X-slot weapon does not look like a possibility in this game. It's almost 2040. Yeah, like I said, if she doesn't do anything by 2040, I'm gonna quit. Because, yeah, this is... It really is. Just sitting there with a pause button staring, it's not how I want to spend my time. Or your guys' time. But, I mean, I am doing stuff, I guess. Just go with that. Now, it is 41 months. That's not bad. So, we might get done with this quick. We'll see. I think our research is rapidly increasing, because I didn't remember tech costing that much being that fast. So, actually, let's look at our tech. Relative... But what is our technology score? Yeah, see, our technology score is abysmal, but our economic strength is 19,000 points. I mean, damn. Damn. This is making me look really bad. It really is. This makes me look really bad. Like I said, I never said I was the best Stellaris player. I never did. You know, throughout all of it. Like, I never said that I was the perfect player or, like, you know, the min-max king, but damn, dude, that is embarrassing. I gotta work on this, guys. I do. I think next game, definitely, no matter what, I'm gonna look into ways that I can increase my tech while keeping my fleet strength intact, or at least marginally okay and able to defend themselves, you know? But we'll see. I think what I gotta do.
Applied.
I gotta make. If I'm gonna do tech, I have to have an extremely diplomatic empire. In other words, an empire that easily makes friends and allies, and, you know, has very strong diplomacy. That way, if we do get attacked, or we won't be attacked by a belligerent empire in the beginning of the game. You know, so. That's kind of the thing. So, anybody watching right now, what do you think I should do here? Are you willing to wait till the next
technology discovered.
The next episode or the next show to, like, do you want to see Cetana through, or are you just like, screw it? Because she has taken a long time. So shield hit points plus 5%. That does sound like a good deal, but I think, honestly, let's go ahead and elevate to level 5 or level 3. Wow, that is only 120 months. Yeah, our research is definitely
Construction online.
Okay, so this one's the forge. I'm gonna go ahead and fill out these districts. There we go. Now we can ascend another planet. That's right. We need to ascend our capital. So that should be enough. The next one's 120,000. So great. And also, governing the ethics extraction actually kind of matters since we keep getting revolts throughout the game. Resources. Okay. Great.
Construction online.
That's already been done. This. So, this got finished. Alright, so we're doing... Okay, we're gonna get rid of these tile blockers. Do that. And we're gonna go for ionization elements, and we're gonna build a bunch of habitation modules. That'll be good. So, I'm starting to think about what I want to do for the next
technology
playthrough.
Discovered.
I think for our next playthrough, we are actually going to try something I have not really given a really honest college try. And that is Grand Admiral difficulty. I am going to try to see if I can do, like, okay, so the goal will not be to win. It will be to survive. So I want to survive to year 2400 or dominate, right? Dominate or survive. So, or to survive the 2400. I think it would make a great spectacle. It would make great material. Then I could make a video showcasing a story about it. But the thing is, I want to see if I can do this without gimmicks. Without any gimmicks or exploits, without overly cheating the system in any way or using reverse vassalization. So, which is, some might consider that a gimmick. I don't know if it completely is. I mean, that is a legitimate way to work. But like, I want to see if I can basically either thrive or survive on Grand Admiral without any of that stuff. I have tried once before to do it, but like, yeah, I don't know what happened there. I don't know if I got, but the other thing too is, however, on the vassalization thing, if we do get forcibly vassalized, I will still play. Like, I want to survive. Okay, now if the computer just eliminates me altogether, that's one thing. Or the other thing too, obviously this is an ongoing rule, I think, with these playthroughs. If the game gets too boring. So if like right now, I'm just playing SimCity. That's all I'm doing right now. I'm not fighting, I'm not, there's no, I mean, yes, I'm in a crisis, but the crisis hasn't done anything for like 15 years. So I don't know what's going on here. I don't know if it's glitched or what, but like, yeah, something needs to happen. But like, if it's like this, and it stays like this, I'm not going to continue playing that because that's boring as hell. You guys don't need to see that. Maybe you do, but like, I don't. Like, I'm not having fun. When I'm not having fun, that's another requirement. I need to be having fun with it. So, I've quit runs just because they weren't fun. It wasn't even that I was necessarily losing. Like, I recently quit a run. I was doing a theme run with the Dark Eldar from Warhammer 40k. That's actually a race that I run, or a build that I run that I've been testing, and not just testing but like playing with, and I've won with it before. But like this game, I don't know what happened. I think my mistake was that I didn't make enough chamber of elevations early enough, and it just made me go into an economic death spiral, and that I was like constantly fighting, and at the same time they had spawned a devouring swarm right next to me. Now I was dominating the devouring swarm. I was in the process of eliminating them. But then I got control of their arc furnaces, and that put me into an economic death spiral. And after a few years of fighting that, I'm like, this is not going to put any more effort in this. This is like a waste of my time. I'm not having fun. So yeah. So I'm asking myself at all times, am I having fun?
Spaceport
and
under
so
attack.
That's the other stipulation, is I need to be having fun. Things need to be interesting, right? There needs to be stimulation. There needs to be excitement, you know? Good or bad, it needs to be excitement. And you know, I want to always be wondering what's going to happen next, like, and you know, so yeah, I can't be bored. No. Can't have boring streams. So this is I list what's gonna be. No, you know what? Gorgeous world. I don't need to be anything at this point. I just need more fleet power. Just need to be able to support more fleet power. So we got this stupid planetary revolt that I forgot to do anything about. So let me look at this planet. Mother effort. So why oh why do you have, so we're going to turn automation off because it is being absolutely stupid right now. We have 2 unemployed specialists, which are causing low stability. And they're not even recruiting entertainers, and our amenities is 5. Come on, dude. Seriously? So let's see what that's... See, and it jumped up a little bit, so this is going down now. Come on, automation. And that's the other thing in this game. What the hell? Automation is like the reverse MVP, the anti-MVP of this game. Well, I don't know. It does its job, but then it does things like that are really like, why did you do that? Yeah, it's been causing me problems, I'll say, as much as it's been helping me this whole game. So, yeah. Bottom line, automation obviously is not. You can do it yourself, go ahead, but like, yeah. So it's kind of a double-edged sword, right? If you use automation, there's going to be holes, you know, in your play. You're gonna miss things like that are going to happen. You know. But yeah, the next run, I think it's going to be my first real honest try at just to survive Grand Admiral. I don't need to win, like I don't need to be the top of the leaderboard, but like I want to at least survive till 2400 and kind of tell my story, like, and again, without gimmicks, without, you know, doing reverse vassalization or anything like that, where, you know, no cheese. I'm not going to use any cheese. I'm just going to play like normally, you know, and do the best I can. I'm going to be very diplomatic, so that is a tactic I am going to use, which I'm going to have to, right? Because they're going to be way more powerful. Let's face it. Even on like Commodore, they get ridiculously more powerful than you, ridiculously fast, if you're not using a gimmick or any of those things that I mentioned. So I want to see if I can just make friends, make powerful friends, and, you know, keep myself from getting vassalized and just survive. And maybe thrive. Like, if I could get, you know, if I could get powerful enough, you know, using my knowledge. And most likely, I'm probably going to end up, like, playing tall that game for sure. So that's kind of the route I want to take. I'm probably going to, as much as I hate building tall, I'm probably going to build tall. I'm going to, like I said, because the goal will be to survive, not to conquer. So I won't necessarily need a huge galaxy spanning empire like I do. Let's see. So this is refinery focused. So what planet? Industrialist. Is he? Okay, wait, governing. Okay. So he's on an industrial world. So really it doesn't matter what we put him on, but he actually we do have strategic resources. So probably pick. But yeah. Look forward to it. Wondering what you guys think of it. We're gonna quit at 2440. I've decided. If Cetana doesn't do anything, that'll be the end of the stream and the end of the run. Because I'm not really willing to do this the entire next stream. I think that's bad for the channel. Okay. Yeah, it's just bad for the channel. I think. To just, you know, I mean, I can keep talking all day, but like, no. Order restored. Okay, good. Going. Also, what time is it? Yeah, I actually. Son of a, it's too late. Yeah, it's probably. That's all right. Maybe I'll go for a third hour. I don't know. Am I missing something? Like it's doing nothing. Page has no effects. What else? Must uncover Cetana's true goals. So that's pretty vague. How the hell do we do that? Tell me what to do next. Espionage? Like, this is so weird. It should be like straightforward.
Beloved child, what brings you to me? Our work.
How can we help?
A commendable trait, but take care not to be swept up by base emotion. Is there anything else? Such eagerness, a commendable trait. Is there anything else?
Okay. Okay, Cetana's work. Cetana's work to end suffering through the annihilation of consciousness. Do not stop her in time. She will erase our minds, leaving our bodies as mere husks. So current progress. 694 of 1,000. Situation stage will change in 71 months, and an outcome will be reached 204 months. 204 months. I'm sorry guys, dude. I'm not feeling this. I'm really not. I gotta be honest. This is like, okay. That's like a god-awful long amount of time. I mean, it'll be victory scream by the time she gets around to doing what she's gonna do. Yeah. So you have to be stopped.
But the arc of time is long, and even
Self-righteous algorithm. So that displeased her.
Such
How can we
eagerness.
help?
Is there anything
Okay.
else?
So let's see.
It is
Why are
my
you doing
function.
this?
Is there anything else? Fear not, my cherished one. Is there anything else?
Whatever. You know what? I think I'm done, guys. This is kind of, yeah. I am kind of disappointed, actually. I'm just not willing to sit there for see the end. I think I have better things to do time. What we could do now, we could come back to this later, like some other stream, you know, down the road. I could be like, you know what? I want to find out what happened. Like maybe I do a guide about this or something. Then maybe I'll open this game back up. But I think until then, I think this is pretty much done here. Yeah, I think kind of a tough decision, right? It's a tough decision because I am, like I said, I'm pretty sure we probably will reach the victory screen before this is even done. So I guess like I think the next time, like I said, this just takes too long. It takes way too long. This event chain, this crisis takes way too long. And maybe it's because of the choices that we made, you know, trying to be her friend and stuff instead of trying to just prevent her right away and get her really upset. I mean, maybe that's what we have to do. But I'd like to start a new game. I'm anxious to see about Green Pearl and see if I can you know, see what I can do there. But now that I've played Cybernetic Creed for pretty much an entire game, I think I can give a oh, before I give my review of this playthrough. That's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna give my review of this playthrough. We're gonna declare victory here. Now, caveat: if you're watching this and you want me to finish this at some point, and you really want to see the end of this, please leave a comment. Let me know how you feel. You know, that will motivate me to want to do this. But if you don't, you know, so far I have gotten no comments or any chat about. So, I mean, and that's okay. I don't expect it, right? I'll just keep talking all day. So, but yeah, I'd like your feedback, guys. I'd like your feedback about this. Let me know, you know, do you want me to finish like all the way to 2400? Do you want me to finish the victory screen? If you do, I may come back to this later, but as of right now, I just have no interest in sitting. I really don't. That's not why I play Stellaris. So anyway, yeah, what a letdown. I really like it. Why can't it just be like the Unbidden or something, or any of the other crises where it just happens immediately? You know, you're immediately under attack, or they could have had this event chain could have been way shorter. That's the number one criticism I have of this crisis so far. This crisis has been taking way too long. Absolutely taking way too long. So that's something I definitely think needs work. That's my review of the synth. Way too long. It takes way too long to do. Now maybe that's because of the choices we made. Grant that. There were a lot of choices, but like really, you know, and it's such a vague and unclear situation or event. Like, okay, so we have this opinion, what the hell does that do? Right? Like, I mean, So yeah. Anyway, so yeah, not very impressed with the Synth Queen crisis. I'm wondering if I'm gonna keep getting that crisis over and over again. You know, that might be that's a thought. So we'll cross that bridge when we get to it. So as far as like, let's look at the victory screen. All right, so we fucking stomped this map, absolutely stomped, and we did it with Cybernetic Creed. So this is actually my first run. This is my first successful run with Cybernetic Creed. Actually, first time I tried it, it was kind of a failure. I didn't. So I was like, I'll do this. But this time, yeah, this was good. It was very challenging in the beginning. Well, the most challenging thing was, and this is definitely something I will not do again. Until they change it back to the way it was, I will not do Crusader Spirit again. I just won't, because that Civic almost ended my run because of how basically my territory was limited to this right here, and it was forcing me to play tall in a bad way. So that's kind of the thing. I don't like, unless I'm building for a tall empire, like I don't want to do a tall empire. Most of my builds, they like it wide. So yeah, not being able to take over this stuff or take over any of this stuff around me was a real detriment. So, and I blame that partly on the geography. So, you know, it wasn't the best spawn, but obviously it was doable. So this is an example of you can have a bad setup and still come through. So we ended up having to get rid of Crusader Spirit. So if you like Crusader Spirit but you haven't played in a while, it's not as good as it used to be. They nerfed the hell out of it. Because it used to be, at least from what I remember, and I have comments to corroborate this, Crusader Spirit used to be able to do Claim War in addition to Liberation War. So if you did need to take territory, you could do it. It just would be a lot slower. You know, than like, you know, simply, you know, it'd be better to change your ideology and vassalize. Take some cases. Yeah, so unless you're like, so now Crusader Spirit in its current state, I think, is really all about RP now instead of actual performance. So I won't take it again. I don't think I'll take it again the way it is, because only being able to do Liberation War, that really screwed us for the first half of the game. I think it set us back a lot, honestly, more than I could imagine. Because we were limited to this corridor. Like, we could have grown so much more and grown our economy and our fleet so much more if we hadn't been limited to the systems and planets that we had. Now we got habitats, and that helped us break out of that, and then eventually we were able to get rid of the Crusader Spirit Civic, and, you know, tear up, you know, carve up this. And that was the other thing. This jerk that spawned right next to us cut us off and basically blocked off the only other way out of our territory. So we could not expand. And then he immediately allied with this jerk over here and made this huge power block. It just completely blocked us. So now, in hindsight, I should have integrated this empire immediately. When I saw how weak it was and how small it was, I should have just integrated it immediately. That would have helped. Then we could have taken over this stuff, and we would have had this stuff, and we would have had this stuff. So, yeah, this stuff. Sorry, this stuff over here. That's where this guy was. Could have taken over that. That would have definitely helped us a lot. So, but honestly, you know, but we didn't. And so we were kind of, yeah, blocked. And it takes a long time to integrate someone. It does. It takes a long time to integrate an empire when you can just carve it up with claims. So yeah, won't be doing Crusader Spirit again, for sure. So that, I think, was the most challenging part of the game. Now, the cybernetic creed itself, okay, I still feel that it is the weakest of the 3 origins that were released, wholeheartedly, but I don't think it's a useless origin. I still think it's a good origin. It's definitely got its place for sure, especially thematically. It's obviously the greatest thematically. I mean, everybody loves the Adeptus. If you're a Warhammer 40k, you're gonna have a soft spot in your heart for this origin, no matter how bad it is. And I feel the same way. Like, it's cool to play the Adeptus Mechanicus. I mean, it's a good little trip, right? But like, you know, so, but I feel that it's not as powerful as it could be. You know, and so that's kind of, I give the origin itself maybe like a B plus, you know, B tier. I think it's a B tier origin, honestly. I think it's a B tier origin. Because if you pick the right, you know, factions, which I picked the Fellowship of the Forge. Now, there could be better factions that I could have plugged into. So like I said, I am not in no way the expert on Cybernetic Creed. I'm sure there's some guys that are playing this really well. You know, they're min-maxing, they're doing all the shit. And they're making it, you know, they take this and make it work really well. Like, maybe they picked a different faction or something, like the science one, whatever, and they use that to like maximize the science. I don't know. I would need to play this more to do a guide on it, I think, because just covering one. Now, I wouldn't be surprised though if it turned out, if I did try the other factions, that Fellowship of the Forge would still be the best one, because let's face it, Alloys is king. It really is. Alloys is king. You know, yeah, research can be amazing too, but research doesn't win you battles. It doesn't win you wars. Alloys do. Fleets do. You know, and your science means nothing if you get taken over. You know what I mean? So that's kind of my mentality on that. However, obviously, if you have tons of technology, you could always get the alloys later. So, you know, there is that. You could lead with the technology and use the technology to get you the economy and the fleet. So, yeah, it's really just depends on what your play style is. But I think that's another strength about this origin, is that there's actually the potential for multiple play styles with this origin. So, because you got these Forge of the Fellowships, and they don't just give they don't just give alloys. They give a whole bunch of everything, like even amenities and unity. Like, it's just all kinds of stuff. Like, it's ridiculous. So yeah, it's got a lot of different jobs too. Like, yeah. So these buildings are actually pretty powerful, especially if you upgrade them. I think they're best upgraded. Well, just like anything. Hey Fenru, how's it going? But this building wasn't bad. It was pretty nice. Now, this Augmentation Bazaar. Now, I don't know if this is specific to the origin. I'm not sure if it is. I have to do some research or something. But it does increase pop growth speed. Okay. So that's actually can be, I mean, it's 40%. That's pretty significant. I think. But like, I don't really know what to think of it, to be honest, because it only, and that's kind of the other, it's not a weakness, it's more like a gap. Like, so it only, you basically only increase one type of research with these buildings. It gives you a ton of engineering research, which is good. It'd be nice if it was all the research, because that's what you really want. But if you had to pick, definitely engineering would be it, for sure. You wouldn't be picking anything else, but if you had to pick just one type of research to advance with, engineering, hands down. You know, engineering is where all the good stuff is, really. Like, that's where all the best stuff in the game is. So, and the critical stuff, the stuff you need to progress with your empire. Plain and simple. You don't have good engineering research, you're going to have bad time. So that's another strength of it. You really get a huge advantage in a lot of key critical technologies. You're going to research them faster, whatnot. Now let's look at the build. Let's look at the build itself. I also think that being xenophobe was not very fun. And the reason is I think it caused a lot of instability in my, like, I was having stability, I'm still having stability problems. Somebody just revolted. So maybe that's just my bad management. I don't think so, though. I think really, you know, I think it was being xenophobe, really, that kind of, you know, made that a thing. And it was pretty frustrating having your planets constantly rebelling, having to put out those. I had to put out so many fires this game. It was ridiculous. Like, I'm used to the constant rebellions and stuff. That's going to happen if you go wide and you have lots of vassals. It's just part of the game. But, like, I just felt like I had way more instability issues than I did with other builds that I played. So, now is that because of the cybernetic creed? I'm not sure. I don't think it is. So, but yeah, so I can't prove it right now, but I think xenophobe had to have been part of the reason why we were having so many faction happiness instability problems. So let's see, spiritualist. I think that's actually kind of possibly another weakness with the origin, is that it requires you to be spiritualist. I don't think I've ever really been impressed with the spiritualist ethic, as far as ethics go. Like, I don't think it would be very high on my list on ranking. Obviously, pacifist would be dog shit last. You know, that would be F tier with the ethics. You know, maybe, but like, honestly, spiritualist at best for me is like a C tier ethic. It's not really as powerful as, like, say, materialist or authoritarian or you know, even military to an extent. Like, but then again, it does depend on what you want to do, right? So we want to play cybernetic creed, so we need to pick up spiritual. So, like, take this with a grain of salt. You know, I'm not saying that spiritualist is useless. I'm not saying that there aren't builds that absolutely make it amazing. I'm sure there are. You know, cough cough, Teachers of the Shroud, especially if you're doing psionic ascension. Obviously, this is required. So, you know, but I feel like it's more of a requirement for great builds than it really, like, helps you, you know, directly, as far as, like, the ethic itself, like what it actually does. I mean, the unity is nice, but that's pretty much it. And then, you know, edicts is okay. I do use it, and capacity subsidies is great, but like either if you don't need that or if you just don't have the space to have edict bonuses, or you're not going for that, you're going for other things instead. It's kind of like, yeah. So it does depend on what you want to do. But I think overall, Spiritualist itself does not bring a lot to the table. And there's a lot of things that cool stuff that you can't do, like have robots, when you're spiritual. So that's kind of the thing. So I don't think the ethics were very good. Now Xenophobe, like I said, like the Starbase influence cost, that's amazing. That's great. Pop growth speed is great too. The problem, like I said, is the damage diplomatically. It's almost as bad when you have, especially fanatic Xenophobe, your relations with other empires is like almost as bad as if you were a fanatic purifier. You know what I mean? Like, it really is. It's pretty much the same thing. Most people don't like you and they want to go to war with you when you're playing Xenophobe. I mean, and that's realistic, obviously. But then again, like, it's just, so no, Xenophobe can be powerful, and it does have powerful bonuses, but just know that when you go in, you're going to have no friends. You're not going to be able to make any friends. You're going to be completely on your own. And, like, you're basically going to have to play like you're a fanatic purifier or a determined exterminator, and that's okay. I have many runs where I played those things, but like, just know that that's one of the disadvantages, is that you're always going to be at war. Everyone's going to hate you, and like, you're basically not going to be doing any positive diplomacy whatsoever. So that's, and positive diplomacy can be very powerful in this game, especially at later levels. And it's actually a lot harder at higher difficulties to do a hostile empire like Determined Exterminator or Fanatic Purifier. In fact, in some ways, I know I'm wrong when I say this, but I almost want to, part of me feels like I want to say, it can't be. But, anything is possible in Stellaris, but damn, like, so yeah. So I don't think we picked well on our ethics. Like I said, Cybernetic Creed wasn't powerful enough to like carry the way like Synthetic Fertility or Arc Welders or even Void Forge carries. So Reanimators, I had mixed feelings about that too, because see, the problem with this, there's actually a couple problems. The first problem is it uses consumer goods. So if you spam these, you're going to have a consumer goods deficit, and you could put your economy into a death spiral, right? The other problem is the research that they produce is only physics and society, those which are, those are the lesser of the three. And so there's no engineering research. Now, this actually worked out by picking the Cybernetic Creed. So that was a good synergy there, because the Cybernetic Creed is the opposite. It's lopsided with engineering, at least the way we played it, and lacks physics and society research. So picking it was kind of a mixed bag, right? It did complement the Cybernetic Creed to an extent, but at the same time, it definitely has some weaknesses. Now, I think the best thing about Reanimators is that they produce naval capacity, which is great. And they produce a significant amount. They also produce Unity as well. So they're not, it's not a terrible civic, but I just feel like I could have picked better. Like, I could have picked something more useful. Like, the whole needing consumer goods, it's like, yeah. So I just hate consumer goods. Honestly, I effing hate consumer goods. But anyway, so and then we picked mining guilds. That was good. That actually worked really well, I think, with Cybernetic Creed. Because, you know, Cybernetic Creed, especially Fellowship of the Forge, uses a lot of alloys, very alloys, you know, focused. Then we had the reanimators for consumer goods. So naturally, we're going to need a lot of minerals, especially right away. So, unfortunately, we weren't able to really get mining guilds, I think, until later in the game. I could be wrong about that. It's kind of fuzzy, but and then, you know, functional architecture. That's just par for the course. I mean, it's a decent Civic. It's a solid B tier. But honestly, the problem I have with functional architecture is, like, if you're picking that, it's because all the other Civics suck. Really. That's really it. Like, you only pick this when you don't have a choice. Like, all right, I guess I'll go with that. I can't go wrong with structural architecture, no matter what I do. It's, like, universally good. But that's a problem. Like, there should be something better you can pick. Is kind of how I feel about it. So, yeah, especially, that's the other part about this ethics selection. Did not really give us good access to good Civics. So, if I were to do Cybernetic Creed again, I may have to pick some form of Xenophobe, maybe. Well, I know I need to pick Spiritualist, but I don't think I'd pick Xenophobe. I think I'd pick Materialist or something, or Xenophile, or maybe even Egalitarian, and try to do things that way. So, or even Authoritarian. I mean, I think would be decent. Though Authoritarian, it makes more friends than Xenophobe, but I think its biggest weakness is, yeah, there are a lot of government types that hate, you know, on Authoritarian. They don't like it, especially if you control slaves. That lowers your opinion, I think. It's complicated. So anyway, yeah, I mean, now we had these special government types. I think that actually, honestly, I didn't really notice the new type of authority that much. Not really. And I don't really see anything on here. I mean, research speed, I guess, is all right. But, like, happiness, faction resource, ethics attraction, I think those are, like, some of the least valuable bonuses you could get in the game right now, as it is. Now, we had to work on our ethics attraction because we were having so many damn revolts and stability problems. And so when we did build a bunch of Autothon monuments, it actually did help us quite a bit. I noticed a definite improvement in our stability when we did that. So, but yeah, like, now compared to synthetic fertility authorities that you got to choose from, those were absolutely amazing. I mean, they gave you species trait picks that are just off the chain. So I think synthetic fertility is way more powerful in this area than cybernetic Creed. You get way better authorities with synthetic fertility. Authorities that actually make a difference. So yeah, like I said, I think Cybernetic Creed, solid B tier. It's not the best, but it's definitely not the worst, and you can definitely make it work. And also, I will acknowledge that I only picked one faction. I would need to play this multiple times to really get a feel for how powerful this creed or this origin really is. So it's not kind of straightforward like synthetic fertility is, or arc welders or void form. Those are pretty straightforward, even synthetic fertility. But like Cybernetic Creed is complicated, I think. So I do want to play it again at some point and pick a different faction, like maybe go for science. I would like to see that. You know, I think that's the one I would do next. Maybe try to do a science run with this, but yeah. Otherwise, you know, this definitely wasn't the funnest run I've ever had. Absolutely not. This run was actually pretty difficult, and there were a couple times there where I was thinking about quitting for sure. Like when we got boxed in, I almost thought about canning the run like there. I'm like, oh, this turned into another dud. But I decided to keep playing it to see, like, my hope, the hope I clung on to this game was that I was going to be able to reform my government and get rid of Crusader Spirit, which eventually I was able to, but it took forever. And like I said, yeah, so, and then the stability problems. Not a fan of that at all. That's making me think about my future games and how I want to play my future. And so, yeah. I think really, though, that kind of wraps us up. I mean, you know, we pretty much crushed it in the end. And I do think those Forge of the Fellowships definitely did add up, but I don't think they were nearly as powerful as like the arc from Get Right Away and Arc Welders and stuff. So yeah, anyway, so we've been talking for a little bit now. 2 hours and 30 minutes. That's the end of the run, guys, for now. I'm sorry that we didn't get to see the end of the crisis before we stopped, but like I said, it just got too boring, guys. I can't go for like dozens of years of gameplay not doing like it. Yeah, and that's just me. There's some YouTubers I'm sure that would be willing to do that. I just don't. Yeah, and I don't really think it's fair to you guys either. It kind of, you know, I know we spent a little bit talking here. Like, it's just, you know, like, and I remember the first time I ran it all the way to 2400. Oh my god, I was just. Good thing I didn't have a lot going on that day or that week. Actually, it took days to get through that last 50. Just, yeah. Anyway. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed the stream regardless. Like I said, if you want to see me, you know, finish Cetana at some point maybe I will. Just to say I did it and view it, possibly. Leave a comment. Tell me what you think. And, you know what? So tomorrow, we're going to go ahead and we're going to get started on Grand Admiral. It's going to be exciting, I think. So, stick around for that. And, actually, there is something I want to do. Quick. Alright, so, I just want to say to, you know, I hope you're enjoying yourself here. Subscribe if you want to see more. Comment and let me know what you think. And join and become a member if you like to invest in the channel. Go ahead and check the channel membership page for info on what you get with that. And then you can also check out my live stream. You know, keep coming back to the live stream. Get on Discord if you want to hang out with me, or you know, here. Like I said, I do this right now. I'm doing this every day, and I'm always in Discord. So, like, you ever want to send me a DM or whatever, you know, I'm not too busy right now at the moment to, you know, take my DMs. So, I usually answer the DMs unless it rolls. Anyway, feel free to binge watch these videos. If I have loads of playlists on my channel that you can plug into. I have a lot of Stellaris videos, but there are many other games on my channel as well. So if you're looking for something new to play, go check those out. I even have some motivational and travel content on my channel as well, if you're interested. Also, the super thanks button. If you want to hit me up one time, you don't want to subscribe, I mean, you don't want to like membership or like pay every month or whatever, I welcome it. Feel free. You know, every bit helps me and brings, you know, great content to you guys. Regardless, I appreciate your interest in the channel. So until next time.